is Shenna Dethi at Digital Health Live at CES 2018, presented by United Healthcare. I am joined in the studio this morning by two individuals from Johnson & Johnson. We have Josh Ghaim, who is the Chief Technology Officer of Consumer, and then I have Naomi Furgiuele, who is the Vice President of Face & Son Research and Development. Good morning.
Good morning.
So my first question is for you, Josh. How is Johnson & Johnson leveraging technology in the field of consumer healthcare?
Yeah, I think historically Johnson & Johnson is one of the largest healthcare companies in the world, and we've been around for 135 years. And our whole legacy has always been about innovation. And a lot of it has been focused towards healthcare for the most part, but we're always looking for ways to leverage technology, scientific advancement on everything that we do, whether it's in pharma, medical device, or consumer products. And technology, more recently, has been a big part of our strategy, which is how does technology enable for us to do a better job in delivering healthcare worldwide? And in our consumer business across the board, I think we're here to actually unveil a few technologies that we're launching at CES for beauty, for example, which is technology driven, but also it has a scientific background that's needed. And a lot of it is focused on giving consumers access to data, information, so that they can make the right decisions when they purchase products, whether it's ours or somebody else's. I think it's very important that consumers have all the information they need to make those decisions. So for us, I think there's a range of areas where we use technology. Some of it is to allow people to have access to products. So to give you an idea, 100 years ago, we introduced the first sanitary protection products for women. And this basically changed a lot of things what women have been doing. 100 years later now, we're looking at technology and allowing women in different countries that don't have access to the things that anybody else would take for granted here to make sure that they have access. And today we use technology, SMS, and phones and other things in Africa, India, and other markets to actually give them access. So the way we look at technology, it's just a significant enabler to continue to deliver the healthcare benefits that we try to deliver to consumers around the world.
Great. So have you launched any products here at CES this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'll let Naomi actually talk a little bit about it. But yeah, I think we've been launching quite a few devices in the beauty space. And actually we've done baby also for allowing moms to basically monitor their baby's behavior and get them to sleep longer. And that's a partnership that we launched here. But let me have Naomi talk about actually a Neutrogena 360 that we just launched.
So at CES, we've unveiled the Neutrogena Skin 360 Skin Scanner. And it's what Josh was mentioning, this trend of being able to provide to our consumers data so they can make informed decisions about their skincare. So the skin scanner actually analyzes the skin and provides immediate feedback on pores, lines and wrinkles, and moisture. And we're really passionate about this because we hear from our consumers a lot of frustration. They search for the right products. They understand their skin is different from other people's skin. They're trying things, they're not working, or their skin is changing and they don't know how to care for their skin as it changes. And this gives them hard data off of which to make decisions. So it's the ultimate form of, accountability and transparency, and that's really what we want to put at people's fingertips.
Great. So what do you think are some of the trends that you're seeing besides the use of in beauty today?
Yeah, so I think that the skin scanner is really responding to one of the biggest trends, which is this desire and need for personalization. So everybody's skin is different. It's a living organ. It's changing. And our consumers understand that. And they want to be able to address the needs of their skin and have data with which to do that. And there's this desire for personalization. You want something that works for you, that feels good, that's fun. And so that's one big trend in beauty. And this device and other methods are also ways to address that trend. I think another trend in beauty that's important is people understand that their skin health is connected to so many other aspects of their life and their environment. So the amount of sleep that they've gotten, the stress that they're under, even the environment, if you're in an area that has a lot of pollution or you're exposing yourself to the sun, all of these things play a factor in your skin health. Consumers understand that, and they want not only products that address that, but also tools that help them understand what factors are affecting their skin health so that, again, they can care for their skin properly. So I think those are two important trends that we see a lot of people here at CES trying to answer with technology.
Right. So I heard yesterday during your talk, you were talking at one of the beauty tech panels, that you actually have a digital beauty innovation group, and that combines your internal and external expertise. Do you want to tell me a little bit about how that group works?
Yeah, I think just to give you a little bit of background, J&J throughout our history, almost every work we do always involves entrepreneurs and startups and people external to our company. Just as a background, we spend about $9 billion a year in R&D, so we have incredible capabilities in-house, but we also believe that not every best idea is always going to come from us, so there's always a partnership that we look for, and that's why we're here at CES and other conferences and meetings that we go to. So, but every time there is a new trend, an area that we wanted to explore, we tend to create small teams so that they behave like a startup. And in this case, we have a digital beauty group. Their number one job is to make sure that they understand what's happening in terms of consumer benefits that we can't deliver today, that technology could enable it. We do a lot of scientific research in-house, and we try to leverage that, but then technology could be the driver that gets it to the next level. So this group has that one responsibility. The second thing is, the group actually has scientists, engineers, marketers, data scientists, behavior scientists, so it comes from every field of scientific area. When they sit in a room, it's just incredible what results
Just like
you get.
A little company, right?
Absolutely.
A little company within your big company.
They behave like a little company, but also they have access to everything that's happening
the
outside.
resources,
Yes, not only within J&J, but we make sure that they actually bring a lot of companies from outside, because startups behave very differently than a 135-year-old company. But I think the small teams basically behave like a startups, and they have the right to make decisions on what they want to do and how they want to do it. It's all based on the strategy we put forward. So it's our way of, one, creating autonomous teams that make decisions and they can move as fast as any other startup, but also they have the permission to continue to partner with the right people to fill in the gaps of capabilities we don't have.
Great. So one last question for Naomi. Are you seeing a difference in women and actually men in how they think about their skin in the sun today versus, 15, even 20 years ago?
Yeah, absolutely. For years, dermatologists have been saying that the best anti-aging product on the market is sunscreen, because it protects your skin from sun damage that leads to aging. And we're hearing that understanding from consumers more today than 20 years ago. There's an awareness of the healthy way to take care of your skin to protect yourself from the sun. And we're seeing better compliance. And also, products have evolved over the last 20 years. The aesthetic is much more beautiful, they're more pleasurable to wear. So the growing awareness plus the evolution of product development, I think, means that today men and women not only understand better what the sun can do to their skin and how they want to prevent that damage, but also there's more motivation and compliance because the products are enjoyable to use.
Right. And easier to use, right?
Yeah,
a lot
absolutely.
of them are combined now. So
Absolutely.
Well, thank you very much for joining us in the studio today.
Thank you.
I know we loved having you at Beauty Tech, so thanks again.
Thank you, pleasure.
And this is Shenna Dethi at the Digital Health Live Studio, CES 2018, presented by United Healthcare.